sitting here, first of all, adjusting my headphones. There we go. That's much better. I'm sitting here in Janice Rawdon's living room. Janice, of course, weeks and weeks and weeks ago sent in a postcard begging and pleading, or actually it was a letter, I guess, wasn't it, Janice? Begging and pleading. She'd probably totally forgotten all about it, and we show up today right here in her living room. And, well, before we even go any further, what I want to do is say a very, very special hello to Rosemary, who is, of course, otherwise known as the I never listen to your show, but lady. Rosemary, glad to have you along, as it's good to have you along every single day. I'm in somewhat of a tight position here. You see, I was going to do a show today, basically, if you were an insect, what kind of insect would you be? But I understand that someone else in the market did a show very similar to that already today, so I've got to scrub that. We will just do some open Fenortening this afternoon as I sit here in Janice's living room and, do the best I can to get cookies and milk out of her. George is here, too, I should hasten to point out. George is somewhat of a freeloader. He did not beg and plead. George seems to be actually totally indifferent to this entire affair. Has no idea what is going on here. And I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name. Casey, you're the one with the new Corvette. Okay, we'll probably give you some passes to the Grand Prix car wash a little bit later on in the show than we do Grand Prix car wash commercials. So allow me to give you the phone number. I mean, remember I guess if you were a color, what color would you be? Nah, we'll save that for another day. 990-9352 in Hillsborough, 990-WFLA in Pinellas County, 461. Gosh, I'd probably be blue, I guess, if I was a color, and if I was an insect. Anyway, 990-9352 in Hillsborough, 461-9352 in Pinellas. Janice, why particularly did you want us here in your living room this afternoon?
Just thought it would be a good idea. It was something different to do. We were just riding home one day and talking about it, and but that sounds like a great idea. Let's do it.
Well, why not a quilting bee or something? That's something different to do, too.
No, that's not different. That's just no fun at all. This is going to be a lot more fun than that.
Oh, this is going to be a lot more fun than that, I see. Michael? Michael.
Right here, just on the phone, sir.
Oh, the Fenorteners are twinkling?
Well, twinkle, singular.
Just one twinkle?
Twinkle, singular. Do you want to talk to that person? I know it's a tough decision, Bob.
Well, I don't think the audience, completely understands. It's not, this isn't for me. This is Janice's big day.
Mm-hmm.
And it's for her, and she's the one who's going to be embarrassed if the Fenortener doesn't twinkle a lot during this particular afternoon.
Well, now I have two more that are twinkling, and you're keeping me from my work.
Okay, where do you
Tampa.
want to be? Hi, Tampa. You're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Okay, that one's
there's something wrong with that Tampa line there.
Now I got to go back and let me do something here. Hold on a second.
Okay.
You tap dance for a few seconds.
Want me to tap dance? Well, again, as I point out, it's not really my embarrassment. I'm not the one sitting here with tears running down my cheeks. Hey, look, I wanted to do the show about if you were an insect, what kind of an insect would you be? But like I said, this was stolen out from underneath me. It's one of the great problems of doing afternoon drive and talk radio. I know a lot of you people think this is relatively easy, but when you do afternoon drive, almost everybody else in the market has a shot at all the good topics, and that's what happened to me this afternoon. So we'll just you're from Philadelphia, right, Janice?
Right.
Janice says that's right. Northeast Philadelphia. Northeast Philadelphia, yes. And she's been here 7 years. Great, now she's going to start telling us her life story. If I were you, she's into computers? How? You fix them? What?
Yes, personal.
Oh, you actually fix them? I guessed right?
That's right. I train software training, all kinds of things on PCs.
As you can see, Janice has led an incredibly dull life, and this could probably go on for hours and hours. Something amuses you, Stereo?
No, just listening.
Just listening, I see.
I always giggle during your program.
I really
chuckle,
do.
A couple of chortles.
You giggle and chortle and chuckle? Why?
Mm-hmm. Pass the time.
Pass the time.
Mm-hmm. We have a call from West Tampa, by the way.
Oh, isn't that exciting? West Tampa, huh? You're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Come on, it's really exciting down here. I just had 10 little kids in front of my store wanting to beat each other up. That's exciting. I know you're thrilled. Every time I want to call you, I'm in my car, and I can't ever call you.
Well,
now I'm calling you.
You're calling me to tell you that there are children out in front of your store?
No, actually, I called to ask you if you've read Iacocca's second book. Because I listen to you quite often since I have an AM radio in my car.
That's a relatively interesting question. No, I only read the first book, and I read that on my honeymoon.
You're boring.
Which is true. It's that. Well, come on.
She didn't throw you
out? It didn't take that long. I mean, only a couple of days in the morning while she was sleeping in primarily.
Okay. Well, anyway, the second book is pretty cool. You talk about the subject a lot, about buying things that are American and American industry, and how come American companies are going out of the country to do things and getting quality and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I've been wanting to tell you for forever. Huh?
What does he say?
Oh, God, I don't have the book in front of me because my boss begged me for it.
You got it written down at home someplace.
No, it belongs to my friend, and I borrowed it from her. And my boss, which happens to be her brother, insisted I bring him the book, and I'm not even finished with it yet. But it really irritates me and makes me sad, some of the things that he's brought up, and they're all true. Like, I mean, Chrysler, he was forced because of everybody around here. If he can't make a car to compete with them, then Chrysler's not going to be here. So even he was forced to have to go and make a deal over with the Japanese to have one of their cars and get parts made for stuff, And I just thought you'd be interested in it, and every time you have a show on this stuff, I'm in my car, and I can't call you because I don't make enough money to have a car phone.
Well, I'm incredibly interested in it. I do not understand why other people aren't quite as interested in it as I am, but then there are a lot of things in life I don't understand. And I suppose that's why I'm losing my hair and I'm fat.
Yeah.
I go home and I worry about these things. I eat a lot of ice cream and pull my hair out.
All right. He did say one thing that he said that it was an insult for people to go around and say, well, buy American, as if saying that there's something wrong with buying American. He made it seem like saying that was an insult. But I know whenever I go to, places that try to, if they can get things made in America, even if it costs us a little more, they try to stock that before they stock something from somewhere else. And I look at all my labels and,
Getting tougher and tougher and tougher. I went out to buy an American-made bike, and it was impossible. I couldn't find one. And they may exist somewhere, but I'll be damned if I could find one.
Yeah, I honestly can't say. I don't know where my bike came from. It's a Bridgestone. I don't know where it came from. I just know my dad sells bicycles, and that's what he gave me, and I didn't question it.
Well, I thank you very much, West Tampa. I'm glad that you finally got around. By the way, who won the fight?
I sent them off.
Oh.
Told them to move away from the front of my business, and then I kept telling the other, they liked me. Oh. I told the one girl that the other girl was going to beat up. Just walk home, walk away. She finally did.
It was girls that were fighting?
Oh, yeah, we'll see, it all started. She said, this girl kicked me in my stomach at school.
What's the hell of a
I told them that was, there was too many problems in the world for them to worry about something trivial like that.
Well, I don't know. If I got kicked in the stomach, I would probably, even in my mind, it would suddenly become more important than buying American or anything.
When you're 11 years old, but I think
that 43 years old and you get kicked in the stomach, I'd probably even.
It probably didn't even happen like that. Somebody probably pushed her into the other one because you see, She said she didn't do it, and they should have taken care of it at school when it happened. I think.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Take care. Could be a very long afternoon. What's the Fenortening situation, Michael?
Very dim.
Very dim.
Very dim. The lights are very dim. And grim also.
Dim and grim.
Mm-hmm. I like that.
Here I am sitting out here in Janice's living room. She's absolutely humiliated. She's in the bathroom crying now.
Do these people are calling up?
And these people who have an opportunity for open
poor Janice's day.
This is. What is the matter with you people? How can you do this? You don't even know this woman. See, it's one of the things that's wrong in this country today. You dump on people you don't even know just for the fun of it. Unbelievable. Did that help?
That helped a little bit. You can build the Pinellas lines up.
Build the Pinellas. The Pinellas.
Yeah, it doesn't take much to do that.
One of the great things about the people in Pinellas. The people in Pinellas are so warm-hearted, so caring, so considerate. This is making me sick to my stomach. The people in Pinellas are, I was thinking about moving back to Pinellas, Michael. They're just such sweethearts over there.
You were? Now I'm going to go looking for a house.
Mike, I'd say anything for a call. Anything at all.
Well, let's talk to Tampa then.
Oh. But I thought you said it was Pinellas that was full.
Well, Pinellas are full, but I've got one Tampa line that's full also.
Oh, okay.
Which means that there are several open.
Oh, great.
Why don't you give the Tampa number and push Tampa?
Okay, the Tampa number, as I recall, is 990-9352, 990-WFLA. Hi, Tampa, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
You're kidding me. This one has been on hold a whopping 1 minute.
And poor Janice.
1 minute.
Janice, come out of the bathroom, honey. Come on. It's not really your fault.
Unbelievable. Oh, where's the other?
How about Clearwater?
Clearwater. Hi, Clear. You're on the air at 970 WFLA.
And that one hung up on you.
You have room in that bathroom for 2 people?
Where now, Mike?
We've got one from Tampa. We'll try this one again.
Sure, Mike. Hi, Tampa. You're on there at 970 WFLA.
Do you think she might have a two-holer in there?
God, I know what I just really hope so. It's getting a little embarrassing, for all of us.
Tell you what, why don't you push the numbers? We'll take a break, and maybe these people will feel sorry for poor Janice, and they'll call her.
No.
No, you're going to hold their feet.
Any commercials?
Come on, it's $3.19.5.
So what? We don't have to go to McHenry. Is the log that full?
Yes, it is.
No, all right.
Come on.
Okay. 990. Every day, she is the one who is going to be humiliated and heartbroken. Not me. It's her. Poor Janice. Just a sweet woman, a good woman, a nice woman. Come on,
sir. What are you doing? Oh, I'm a bird watcher.
I was born in Brooklyn, New York.
What age did you move to Northeast Philadelphia?
Well, actually, I was born in New York, but my parents took me right to Philadelphia.
Okay, and what grammar school did you go to?
J. Hampton Moore.
And what was the name of your first grade teacher?
Oh, I don't remember that. Mrs. Crescent.
Mrs. Crescent, I see. Michael, how are things back there at the station?
Looking much better. Much better. All the Tampa lines are full. All the Pinellas lines are empty.
Well, but you said just a few moments ago that all the Pinellas lines were full.
Drop-offs. Rejects and morons.
Those
what can I say?
people in Pinellas County are just absolutely morons. They have no compassion, no nothing. Second grade, Janice. How about second grade?
I hated my second grade teacher.
You did? What was the second grade teacher's name?
Mrs. Wexler.
Wexler. What problem did you have with Mrs. Wexler?
See, second grade is when you learn to handwrite, and I'm left-handed, and she didn't like left-handed people. We had a problem.
Unbelievable. And in third grade? Are those Pinellas lines full yet?
Not yet. By the way, did her second grade teacher try to make her learn to write with her right hand?
Right, exactly.
Oh, isn't that terrible?
It was terrible.
And then you wind up with sloppier handwriting than if they had just left you alone.
No, I hold my paper upside down when I write.
One line available in Pinellas County.
Okay, we're down to one line.
We're down to one line.
Let's go to third grade. And in third grade?
She was a nice teacher, Mrs. Simon.
She let you write any way you wanted to?
Absolutely. She was very nice. Fourth grade? I don't remember much about fourth grade. Fifth grade was good.
Well, why don't you remember much about fourth grade?
I'm not sure, but fifth grade was good.
I'm more interested in fourth before we progress on to fifth grade. Was there something that happened in fourth grade?
I think my fourth grade teacher got sick, and she wasn't there for a while.
Okay.
It hasn't worked yet.
It hasn't. There's still a line available in Pinellas?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to go on until that Pinellas line is full.
I don't blame you.
Okay, let's go to fifth grade.
Miss Barrett, very nice teacher.
What kind of...
To the United States.
She knew all of the...
That's all the presidents of the United States. And...
She didn't know them all personally.
Of course not. She wasn't that old.
Well, there are some people in this market that call in that knew them all personally.
Sure. And, sixth grade?
I don't know. Let's see. Do we need sixth grade yet, Mike? Mike?
Not yet.
We don't...
It's flashing. Hold on a second.
Okay, all right. Where do you want me to go?
The line in Pinellas that was flashing, they hung up on me. They grunted in obscenity and then hung up.
Grunted in obscenity? Do you mean they weren't enjoying this fascinating story?
Mm-mm. Apparently not.
Did you graduate from high school, by the way, Janice? Okay, so we've got at least 6 more grades to go. And college, too. Just a bachelor or... Bachelor. Okay, hey, look, we've got 10 grades that we can go through. And she's going to go for her master's. So, you know, we have a possibility of, 12 grades that we still have to go. And that doesn't seem to be influencing these people. Unreal. Well, we'll take a call anyway, Mike.
All right, let's go to North Tampa.
North Tampa. Hi, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
I need a shot of Demerol, some clean sheets.
Uh-huh.
Oh, here comes the nurse. Got it taken care of. Thanks a lot.
Okay.
Do we get full credit for that call or not?
Is there a full sun out today? Is that possibly what the problem is?
The sun is making a reappearance.
Son of a gun. Where now, Mike?
Let's try Temple Terrace.
Hi, Temple Terrace. You're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Hi, Bob. How are you?
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm dead serious.
God, it's about, I've got 2 hours and, 35 minutes to go. This is tragic.
Well, this is a way that you could burn some time up. You could tell me how you are, how your dog is, how your wife is, how your car is.
Well, actually, I'm not too bad today. The shoulder seems to be just about 99%. And,
what would you have for lunch, Bob?
For lunch, I reheated some pork that we had the night before last.
How was that pork prepared?
It's a rather special recipe. Actually, I had asked Muffy to make it for me. It's a pork loin roast, and it's done in the oven with a lot of garlic and. Strangely enough, prunes, believe it or not.
Do you put a little lemon in there?
I'm not that familiar with the recipe, to tell you the truth. I think there's some orange. It's a very bizarre recipe, but it really tastes great. I mean, I'm serious. It has prunes in it.
Well, so it sounds very nice.
Yeah, we picked it up in Pinellas County.
If you're wondering what I'm doing, it's open phone, so I figured I would...
No. Open Fenortening, please.
Oh,
I don't do
open
phone. Right.
Well, in any case, of course, Tampa Bay's favorite topic is Lassiter, so... I thought I would... Do you know, you think you're being humorous or facetious, but I have I'm not.
I have a celebrity landlord, okay? The guy that owns my house is a celebrity in Tampa. And he told... Mary was talking to the landlord yesterday, and he told her that now whenever he goes to cocktail parties, people are starting to find out who lives in his house. And so everybody gathers around this celebrity. He was a far larger celebrity than I am in Tampa, and says, "Well, you really aren't the Bob Lassiter. What's Bob Lassiter like?" You guys think I'm making this stuff up when I say I'm the most popular topic in Tampa?
No, Bob. No, I don't. This is
really
honest to God truth. I love you. Listen to you all the time. Nothing I'd rather talk about.
One of the reasons it's a pathetic town is because I am such a popular topic.
Well, that's interesting because I did want to kind of get over
Where
that.
else but Tampa could that possibly be?
Excuse me?
Where else but Tampa could something like that possibly be?
Well, I don't know, Bob. You're just
you're
an enigma.
If we were in Milwaukee, obviously they'd talk about beer, not Lassiter. If we were in Cincinnati, they'd be talking about Rose, not Lassiter.
No,
only in Tampa.
Rose, I don't know. That's kind of a worn topic.
Pathetic town.
But Bob, in all honesty, nothing I'd rather talk about than Lassiter. I just think you're the greatest. Listen to you all the time. But there was something I wanted to ask you about. You know that story you like to tell about the problems that you had with Neil Rogers because he didn't like the fact that you gained some success and minor celebrity or what have you?
Well, that's not exactly what I said. What I said is that with Neil seems, on several occasions, Neil has been extremely kind, extremely helpful, and frankly even friendly with people on the way up. But as soon as those people get any type of foothold, bam, Neil's gone.
But not.
You
never
not
speaks
me.
about them in a derogatory fashion.
It's not me. It's a number of people.
Well, but I'm asking, has he ever said anything derogatory about you? Or
are you serious? Virtually daily on a show, and I haven't seen the man in 3.5 years.
Does that bother you at all?
Does it bother me? Sometimes it does. Yeah, sure. Sometimes it does. I'm just, I'm a human being.
The point that I'm driving at here is this. And it's not that I like his show, because I don't. I think it stinks, and I love your show, and I think you're the greatest. But don't you think it's kind of ridiculous to take pot shots at Lionel every day? He can't help it. He's a smart guy. He's a good guy. But let's face it.
I mean, come on. If you were an animal, what kind of an animal would you be?
Sure.
Yeah, this isn't 1965.
Well, did you hear Webb's show yesterday? Nothing could possibly be worse than that, though. I mean, I guess you did kind of take a shot at him for that, but which he deserved.
Well, of course. The Webb is, whenever he gets out of anything beyond women's mud wrestling, he's out of his realm.
Well, I guess he is.
He and Lionel get along great. They had a lot to talk about.
Okay.
Both into women's mud wrestling.
But the thing is, you frequently, it wasn't just today, sure, it was a rotten topic, but my whole point is, you always...
I didn't say it was a rotten topic.
Well, it was a rotten topic.
I just feel if you get caught doing if you were an animal, what animal would you be? You deserve a little good-natured...
Yeah, but you do this all the time, and it doesn't sound like it. Is it good-natured, Bob? Is it good-natured, or do you think he's a rotten talk show host, and would you...
My dear young man, how long have you listened to me?
I don't know, about a year and a half. As soon as I started listening...
Have you ever heard me be really down and dirty?
Sure. You've been down and dirty with me.
Well, then you should know that if I really wanted to be down and dirty, I would be, and I wouldn't take good-natured little jabs.
Well, but which incidentally, one of the highest compliments that an individual, when they make a valid point on your show, the greatest compliment that you can possibly give their intellect is to hang up on them, badmouth them into the commercial break, come back from the commercial break, and continue to badmouth them. Bob, I felt so good when you did that to me last night. Last week when I called you on the economics issue and what you happened to know about it. Yeah.
Funny, I was just talking to my wife about that this very morning.
It made me feel fantastic. It really did, because...
Well, let's see if we can't clear up an issue here. Have you ever heard me take jabs at this new, I guess his name is Tom Hourly, on the other station? Have you ever heard me take...
Tom Hourly?
Yeah.
No, I don't know who that is.
Have you ever heard me take jabs at this Sally Star or whatever the new midday person is over there?
Oh, the new one, the superstar...
Right. Have you ever heard me take jabs at I think it's Dan Marvin in the afternoon?
No, that would be Jay Marvin.
Or no, I think it's Dan Marvin. That's
no, let me ask you a question about that guy.
The other station is Jay something or other.
Have you ever heard Jay Marvin?
Yeah.
Doesn't he sound just like Aykroyd doing Snyder from the old Saturday Night Live?
Oh, and amphetamines on top of that.
Well, do you remember when Aykroyd used to do Snyder?
But let me finish my point here. The reason I don't is they're not worth it.
Well, you made fun of the Astrologette.
No, I mocked the Astrologette. I was going beyond making fun. I just mocked her because I can't think of anything worse. I can't think of anything more ridiculous than having
April 12th, 1954 in Kansas.
Hour after hour after hour.
Yeah.
But the point is, these other people are incapable of doing anything. It's foolish to even try to spur them on.
Well,
and Mr. Lionel, I believe, is capable of...
Oh, that's good.
Very good thing.
Well, see, I always felt like it was, you were being derogatory, and I think Lionel's an extremely intelligent man. I think he's got a great personality. His show is a little bit boring, but, it just seemed like you always appreciated him when he was Lud, and, you appreciated him when he was a caller, and then it just seemed like, he got on the other end of the business, and all of a sudden, and was enjoying success, because obviously he's a very popular guy. People like him.
Damn funny man.
Well, I think people like him because he seems to befriend everybody.
Stub his toe more often, maybe take some of that humor away from him.
What was that?
Nothing.
Well, but in any case, I just wondering how you felt about that. Also, yesterday you said something about the Hillsborough County school system.
Right.
I was wondering what exactly you know about the Hillsborough County school system, Bob.
Well, what I know about the Hillsborough County school system is that when I was asking people from Hillsborough County to call up with a particular number in mind, and we just didn't seem to be getting any place, so I thought we would ask them to hold up fingers.
Right, but then you said that because of people in Hillsborough County's lack of intelligence, you put some liability on the school system.
I don't believe I said lack of intelligence. I believe we were talking about lack of mathematical skills.
Okay, well, lack of ability to count.
Right.
Okay, which is different from intelligence. I'll give you that. But in any case, I don't see where the liability is on the school system there. In that case, I don't see what the school system has to do with a individual's inability to count to, say, 12, for instance. Bob?
Yeah?
Could you tell me what
Have you ever heard of something called shtick?
Shtick? Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Well,
I'm a wrestling fan, yeah. I love shtick.
Well, basically, I use a fair amount of shtick, and in order to prod some people in Hillsborough County, we, said that...
so you really didn't mean anything by that statement?
Well, what I meant was that I was not pleased with the amount of response I was getting out of Hillsborough County, and life has taught me in this business that if you take cheap shots at the people that you want to respond. They will basically respond.
Did you consider the fact that perhaps the reason why people in Hillsborough weren't calling is not because of a lack of intelligence, but because of the fact that you were asking a question which clearly you cannot answer with any amount of sensibility, and people refuse to put themselves in a situation where they're forced to answer a question that you cannot answer.
You're talking about 99.9% of the people. I was looking for that other 0.1% of the people who would help the other 99.9% of the people understand the entire futility of the complete situation.
Well, sure. But, so, you're complaining, though, because intelligent people would not call, or rather you're making fun of people's intelligence because they don't call, and then you're saying that the people you're appealing to are the yahoos, and those are the ones that you want to call. That doesn't make sense.
Well, whether or not it makes sense is irrelevant. It works.
Okay. Well, did it?
Yes.
Yeah, well, I didn't listen to the whole program. But in any case...
what is if you were a color, what color would you be?
If I was a color?
Yeah, what color would you be?
Well, I'm kind of happy being white.
You're happy being white.
Although I do feel discriminated against affirmative action, and I'm also a male, so affirmative action is state-sponsored sexism and racism that discriminates against me.
Where have you been discriminated against?
I've been discriminated against at school, for instance.
At school, where?
Sure. I go to University of South Florida. Mm-hmm. The National Merit Honor Scholarships that are given for high SAT scores are discriminatory. A Hispanic individual can get a score lower than my own and receive a grant, whereas I can... Simply by virtue of my color, I do not have to.
If you can prove that, you can sue.
No, you can't sue.
Sure, you can.
Absolutely not, Bob.
Sure, you can.
Bob, that's not the case, and you know it. Affirmative action mandates that
well, no, wait a second.
State institutions discriminate.
At your particular state institution?
Absolutely.
Well,
it's not.
Because
first off, that has nothing to...
Isn't that because your particular state institution had a long history of discrimination?
No, that doesn't have anything. Actually, that doesn't have anything.
It does. It has a great deal to do with it because.
No, Bob. University of South Florida doesn't have anything to do with that.
I was in the middle of a sentence.
So was I.
No, I'm sorry, you weren't.
Okay, well, I'm going to play by your rules, Bob.
That's right. You will play by my rules. The only time. Hang up on me, Michael. And we'll just finish without him again. You don't sit there and laugh, young man. The only time an institution is required by the federal courts to do such things is if the courts have found them to have a long history of discrimination. So you are not discriminated against, my young friend. Obviously you're there. Obviously there are other institutions that do not have what you would refer to as reverse discrimination programs and policies that you would be obviously eligible to attend. The problem is the school, not the federal government. And it's not you who is being discriminated against. It's other people who have a long history of discrimination who are trying to be helped up. And it's not a funny matter. What else do we have, Michael?
We can go to Tampa.
Hi, Tampa. You're on the air at 970 WFLA.
There. What's happening, Bob?
Not much. I got some iced tea here in front of me. And, just Janice has finally been talked out of the bathroom.
Well, listen, you need to bring Janice out because I need to see if we're in the same class or not.
Oh, what's that mean?
I mean, I don't know. I hate to interrupt your show like that, but I mean, I went to the same school, possibly the same time. I want to see what happens after, 20, 25 years,
Oh, what school was that again?
Jay Hampton.
Jay Hampton, and where's Jay Hampton?
Yeah, in Philly.
Oh, whereabouts in Philly?
Oh, gosh, man, I mean, I don't remember.
You don't, give me a break. You don't remember the address?
I mean, it was like you walk up the block, you make a right, you go down two, and you make another right, and that's where you were,
What do you mean that's right?
That's right, what?
I'm talking to Janice. Now
listen,
I'm dabbing her eyes.
I'll tell you what. I lived on Fanshawe Street.
Yeah?
Well, I mean, maybe we live near each other, Just kind of curious.
One second.
I live on Longshore Avenue.
Oh, man, we're talking neighbors here.
What's your name?
Well, we don't want to discuss it. But anyway...
What year did you graduate high school?
Well, I moved to Baltimore after that.
Oh.
But I did go all the way up through to, like, the 5th or 6th grade up there in Philly. Actually, I probably... let's put it this way. I graduated high school in 75. Are we near the same age group?
Yes, we are.
Oh, listen, we got to get together here somehow.
Hey, I'm getting pissed.
What's this again?
That was...
By the way, Bob, I sent my living room picture in, too,
Uh-huh.
But that's okay.
Well, there were over 50. We couldn't do them all.
Well, you got other times. We'll see if we can do it in ours, too. It could be some fun.
Why would it be fun?
Oh, it'd be a blast. It would be a blast.
think we could talk more about this grammar school, this alleged grammar school in Northeast Philadelphia?
We could probably do a little better than this, I'm sure, you know.
Oh, we could do better than this in your living room. Now you're going to take two shots at this woman?
We could probably carry on some good topics. Maybe not. We might go into junior high school in my living room. I mean, I don't know. It's up to you. It's your show, you know. What can I tell you?
Well, no, it's up to the callers as to how far we go with Janice's education.
Well, let's see this now. How do we get to at least get the handshake done between Janice and I to see if we can meet up together?
Well, George doesn't seem too thrilled about that.
Oh, great.
And the best I would do is. Could do is to ask you to go out and drive up and down the streets in the Tampa Bay area. If you see our red truck, then you will know where Janice lives, and you could hide around in the bushes until, George leaves for work or something.
What a deal. Listen, your show is good. I listen to you quite a bit in my car.
Oh, don't say that, please. Please, let's get to death. Get to death. Range on the show, Bob's great show.
Let's put it this way. It's okay.
Yeah, well, that's about the size of it, because when people say it's good, that's when it's not good.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I mean, it's all right. Can I just ask you a question, seriously?
Sure.
I might be wrong, but ever since Dick Norman died, have you stopped using the sponsors of Chili Place and the rental place at the car? Did they pull off, or why don't we hear about them anymore?
I have no idea. To be perfectly honest with you, you're talking about Skyline Chili.
Right,
Skyline Chili was on with Al Gardner a couple of weeks ago. I know that.
Oh, okay.
And in terms of Snappy Car Rental, I have no idea. It's just not, not my end of the business.
Right. Well, you do a good job on your end, so what the heck. I guess I can hang on the line a second, maybe catch up with an address or something here?
No.
Or a phone number?
No.
Huh?
No, cannot do that.
So how do we end up meeting up here?
How do we end up meeting up here?
Well, how do I end up catching up with Janice and seeing, what's going on? I'll leave her my work number. She can give me a holler.
Okay, well, you leave your work number there.
Okay.
Okay, Michael, let's...
Do I really have to?
Nah, hang up on him. Janice is saying, hang up on the turkey. She,
I also heard George, too. Boy, George was vehement.
Oh, he's got Janice locked in the bathroom again now.
The challenge is on at Performance Ford.
I need to take a few moments to tell you about the Grand Prix car wash, which, of course, yesterday was the Grand Prix tank wash, and on other occasions has been the Grand Prix, whatever we needed to be washed. But there is a special at the Grand Prix that I want you to know about because it really is something very, very special. Full-service wash, of course, that means, the vacuuming, the washing of the exterior, the wiping down the glass, the whole bit, which you would expect with a full-service wash. The exterior armor off, the freshener, and, listen to this, please, they will wax your car by hand, all for $19.95. Yes, wax your car by hand as well as wash it, the exterior armor off, $19.95, a savings of $15. And it comes along with a 3-month guarantee, but actually everything that you get at the Grand Prix comes along with a guarantee. You see, the Grand Prix is a service-oriented company. They use the best products, quality control, training, and they just won't let you go until you're happy. The Grand Prix Car Wash. What more could you possibly ask for? A service company that wants to see you this week, next week, every week. 3 locations to serve you. 1880 Gulf to Bay Boulevard, right across from the Clearwater High School. In Seminole, 10471 Park Boulevard. That's about a half a block east of Seminole Boulevard. And 3622 Gandy Boulevard, a half a block east of the Crosstown in Tampa. Your cars, by the way, I noticed when I came in downstairs, Janice, were looking a little bit dirty. So I brought along a couple of passes here for Supremes at the Grand Prix Car Wash. And let's not have dirty cars the next time I stop by, okay? Does not make us happy. Michael, what do the phones look like?
Remember when the guy gave you the of death? It worked.
What do you mean?
At Drop-Off City. When he gave you the kiss of death earlier?
Yeah.
Remember? Good show?
Yeah.
Drop-Off City.
Right at that point?
It's not that bad. Yeah, right at that point. It's not that bad. It's not critical. I mean, we've got enough to get us, if we space them out right, to about 4 o'clock.
About 20, 25 minutes apiece.
Yeah.
990-9352 in Hillsborough, 461-9352 in Pinellas. Open Fenortening, if you will. Where to, Mike?
Let's go to Tampa.
Hi, Tampa. You're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Hello. I want to ask you a question. Suppose you was a good preacher, not a preacher, but suppose you go to church and you was a good church member, you had a preacher, and the preacher raped your daughter. What would you do? I would kill him, but what would you do?
I think I'd call the police.
That's all.
That's all? Well, yes, ma'am. I live in a rather orderly society, and that's what the orderly society would dictate.
Then I'd be so mad I'll kill him.
Well,
okay, that's what I wanted to know.
That wouldn't be terribly intelligent.
Yeah, but not my daughter. You a preacher. No, I couldn't take that. Okay, that's all I wanted to know.
Oh, okay. Jeez, I don't understand why she asked me since I don't have a daughter and I don't go to church. And everybody knows that. Oh, well.
Strange, very strange.
Maybe she thought she was calling someone else. 990-9352 in Hillsborough, 461-9352 in Pinellas.
You mean there's someone...
Uncle Bob here.
You mean there's someone else doing this?
Doing what?
Doing this?
Well, I don't know.
You said she thought she was calling someone else. You mean I might be able to get a better gig?
You could try, Michael. By the way, Mike, those directions you gave me to come here, where you said to turn right, it was left, Mike.
No, to just follow the map. I didn't tell you to turn right.
You sure did.
I told you to follow the map.
I did follow the map.
And the map showed you turning that direction.
Yeah.
And what'd you do? Did you go...
No, you see, Mike, the street, that street goes both ways. You know, kind of like some of the guys there at the station.
Right.
Well, and...
You didn't go the wrong way, did you?
Well, that's...
Is that why they called here in a panic?
You only had the street going one way.
Oh, that one. What can I say?
Well, you might start by saying, I'm very sorry, Mr. Lassiter.
Right. Yeah, right. You hold your breath. Tampa,
you're on the air at 970 WFLA. I just get no respect whatsoever. Yes, good afternoon, Tampa.
Yeah, this is Rick, the cab driver.
Hey, Rick, how you doing?
I came down to the station to hand-deliver the wedding invitation, and guess where you were?
Well, I'm over here, but also I won't be here this weekend.
Yeah, I kind of figured that would be the case.
Yeah. I told you it could be that weekend, and that's the weekend it was. I'll be off Friday and Monday.
Well, sorry, I can't hold the wedding off.
Well, hey, Rick, do you have any other celebrities lined up?
No.
You know, like maybe, I don't know, Roy Leap or Cheryl Brown. Well, since you don't, you might, I'm the best shot you've got, put it off for a week.
Well, it wasn't because of your being a celebrity, it was because of all the help that you've given me.
Oh, or you can move it up to Thursday, or very early Friday morning.
I'd like to, but my parents would kill me.
Let's do it about 7:30 Friday morning at Wags, okay?
Yeah, my parents would kill me.
Why?
They're coming in from New Jersey.
Whereabouts in New Jersey?
Bloomfield.
Bloomfield, oh. Well, hey, what are they going to know?
What's that?
What time are they getting here?
They're getting here Thursday night.
Thursday night? Well, they'll be here Friday morning at 7:30.
Yeah, but my uncle doesn't get here until Friday afternoon.
That'll give them the rest of the weekend to kill, and it'll give you and your bride the rest of the weekend to whatever.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that at all. I'm at Tampa Airport, and the plane just went over.
Well, it really isn't worth repeating either, but...
What are the hazards of working at the airport?
Like that one, George? Yeah, George liked that. It's the first time he's laughed all afternoon. Unbelievable what I have to do for this job. Just unbelievable.
Beep.
Well, George, Rick, yes. Best of luck on that.
Well,
okay.
Enjoy the invitation anyway.
Okay, thank you, Rick.
I would go.
Don Richards, who is married, standing by at the WFLA News Desk. Last time I checked, paper here in front of me, if you'll recall, the day before yesterday, I forgot my glasses and I couldn't read the Oric copy, the new Oric copy. Let me try this on with you. Hi, this is Bob Lassiter for Oric XL Vacuums, and I want to talk about Mom. Mom spent a lifetime working hard to make life easier. You know what I mean. Carpooling, meals, laundry, and a clean house. And you know Mom's work is hard work. Well, now you can make Mom's work easier for her with a new 8-pound Oric vacuum. This lightweight marvel outcleans the heavyweights. Yet it is so easy to use, it'll make Mom's cleaning job a snap. Fact of the matter is the people at Oric cannot write copy for love nor money, but they do know how to make a vacuum cleaner that will take Mom's socks off if she gets too close to this thing. We're talking about an 8-pound lean, mean cleaning machine, the Oric XL. Get one for Mom. Please. Maybe they'll stop writing copy like this. $229 between now and Mother's Day, a savings of over $50, but you've got to hurry. Because, like I said, the offer is good only until Mom's Day. 2 locations, 13230 Northdale, Mabry in Tampa, 2454 McMullen Booth Road in Clearwater, the Oric XL. You will not regret it, nor will Mom. Michael, where shall we go?
We have one line open in Pinellas County.
Okay.
Can you give the number?
Nah, the hell with them.
Oh, come on.
Let them look it up. What, just talk to the magnificent Lassiter?
461-9352. 461-WFLA.
Pander.
See, you don't know what else is going on here. That's why.
What do you mean?
Well, I've got some weenie that keeps calling and hanging up, and I'm hoping someone else will call and fill up the line to keep the weenie away.
Well, let's talk to somebody in the meanwhile.
Okay, let's go to St. Pete.
Hi, St. Pete. You're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Yeah, hey, Bob.
Hey.
I had a rather interesting experience Friday night I thought I would share with you.
Ah, it sounds something like opening up a can of worms when somebody calls up and says, boy, something really interesting happened to me. Yeah, sure, go ahead. You know, we have no shame here.
I got to go for the first time in my life to a Jewish service, which I thought was really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And I had never been before, and I just thought it was one of the most interesting things I'd ever seen. You know, they were talking in Hebrew. It was really amazing.
Well, that's what they would tend to do at a at a temple, yes.
You know, and I know the guy that I went, or I shouldn't say I know, but you know the guy that I went with.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, how's that?
Because I went with Rabbi Bresky.
Okay.
You know, and secondly, I had wanted to ask you a question. I know you said that it's not feasible to invade Central and South America with troops, and I'd have to agree with you. But what would you think of airstrikes? That, they're not that...
Oh, that's really intelligent. Right, bomb innocent people and, babies and women and children in cities to make a scapegoat out of Noriega. Sure, that makes a lot of sense.
Well, I wasn't talking simply about Noriega. I was, if we were going to go with the idea of taking over, or annexing all of Central and South America.
Well, you ought to spend a little more time in Temple on Friday nights. 2 more hours yet to go. It might help the kid. You never know. 2 more hours yet to go. Please, whatever you do, do not venture very far. Pretend it's like your own living room or something, I mean, hey, forget that the magnificent Lassiter is here trying to do a radio broadcast. You guys just talk. Hey, help yourself to some food, too, Unbelievable. Welcome back, hour number 2 for Wednesday. Yes, I'm sure it's a Wednesday. May the 10th, 1987. I'm in Janice's living room somewhere in Hillsborough County. Is that downtown Cleveland I can see over the horizon there? That should give you a vague idea as to how far north we are here. And in any event, it's open Fenortening this afternoon. Michael, what do the phones look like?
Pretty good. One open line in Pinellas County. All the Hillsboroughs are full.
That miserable open line in Pinellas. Are you sure it's not broken or something?
No, it's been working. Trust me.
Well, I'll give them the phone number. 461. Is that right?
That's correct.
461-9352. 461 WFLA. Where would you like me to go, Mike?
Don't write me blank checks like that, sir. Don't write me blank checks.
Or perhaps you just remembered
Let's go to Clearwater.
Perhaps you just remembered an amusing incident from your childhood that you'd like to share with us.
Let's go to Clearwater.
Clearwater's an excellent place for you to go. Isn't there a small station in Clearwater, Mike? Hi, Clear. You're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Yeah, I won't ask how you are. I've been listening. Little subject I've always wanted to hear you bring up is drawing a parallel between the minimum wage and the high school dropout ratio in Florida. They can go...
I beg your pardon, sir?
Make a comparison between the...
Well, sir, one has nothing whatsoever to do with the other.
Well, how many high school graduates start at a minimum wage? How many non-graduates can start at a minimum wage?
Well, sir, one, again, has nothing whatsoever to do with the other.
I just feel like it may possibly have something to do. What's the inducement to get a diploma?
Sir, they have the same minimum wage in Vermont.
That's true.
And they don't have the same dropout rate in Vermont.
They do?
No, sir, they don't.
Okay.
So, like I said, one has nothing whatsoever to do with the other.
Well, the percentage of people that are...
I got 2 hours to kill, go for it.
Well, I'm feeling that so many employers are offering people to start out at a minimum wage, whether they're a high school graduate or not.
Oh, what, sir?
They can start out at a minimum wage whether they're a high school grad or not.
Well, you see, sir, the minimum wage is only part of the problem. It's not $3.35 an hour for high school graduates. The problem, sir, is $3.50 an hour for women with children.
Yeah,
that's the problem, sir. It's not high school graduates or dropouts. That's not the problem.
True, but if the beginning wage was a little bit higher, maybe it would give them an inducement to continue with their education.
Sir, people that drop out of high school do so because they're stupid. Not unintelligent, stupid.
Well, I'm not the brightest guy in the world, but I saw a definite need to finish high school. The fact is that so many people, they come to Florida for the great American dream, and they're offered a minimum wage, and they get a college degree. They get the same offerings as a person who dropped out of high school in their senior year. And, the state is just a substandard state when it comes to that. We all have the option to go someplace else. But
what would you suggest we do about this, sir?
I don't know. I'm throwing it out for a conversation because I'd love to see if there's anybody else that feels there's a relationship between the two.
How would you phrase that, throwing it out for conversation?
Well, you phrase things so much better than I do. That's the reason I
can only phrase things that I have some understanding of.
Okay. What incentive does a student have, employment-wise, to continue with his high school education to get a diploma? How much better is he going to make with a diploma versus if he does not have a diploma?
Is this Dan Price?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, the only thing I've ever talked to you about in the past has been one of your surveys.
Okay, well, thank you so much. We definitely appreciate that.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you for talking.
So how do you people out there in the radio audience feel about that? 990. You're chuckling again, Michael?
Just, you amuse me.
Is Decency Lady in there with you tickling you or something?
No, not today.
Okay, 990-935.
She was earlier.
Tickling you?
Well, not tickling me.
Oh, 990. Well, what was she doing to you?
She came in to get some tapes.
Came in to get some tapes?
Yeah, she came in to get some...
Oh, where do you want me to go next, Mike?
Let's go to Valrico.
Valrico. Hi, Val. You're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Good afternoon, Mr. Lassiter.
Good afternoon, Val.
Well, it sounds like you have to watch out for the old license if somebody's looking after your tapes.
Well, sir, they've been looking at my tapes for a long time.
I bet. First-time caller.
Great.
And a listener since about October.
Fantastic.
And a listener of a good friend of yours, Neil Rogers. For a long time.
Well, Neil's not a good friend of mine. He's my mentor.
The reason I was calling is I wanted to find out if Janice and George did provide you with tasty cakes and milk.
Plenty of cookies. I mean, we're talking about such a selection of chocolate chip cookies like you would not believe, and the deviled eggs are there on the table, too. I'm told there's milk in the refrigerator. I'm still working on the iced tea. Frankly, Janice and George do not look like the milk type.
Okay. The other thing I wanted to ask you about is, I know your first caller was making suggestions about shows you should do in the future.
Mm-hmm.
And one that came to mind was, I know you did a show on Cheryl Brown's hair.
Oh, yes.
And I was wondering when you would do a show on Andy Hardy's hair.
Well, Andy's hair is not quite the same as Cheryl's. Cheryl, of course, one of the premier female broadcasters. The entire nation just happens to have bad hair.
Well, I was just curious. Andy seems like he's undecided which part to use, the left or the right.
Mm-hmm.
And I just, it might be good for one of your surveys.
I might give that some serious consideration. I mean, for example, if tomorrow's show starts out with the same pizzazz and bang that today's show started out with, we may well revert to that topic.
Well, I swear to God, I was going to, call
By the way,
if I could have gotten to one.
If you were a bug, what bug would you be?
Well, no, I was going to ask you, this isn't directed to you, but to the audience, if you were a human being, what human being would you be?
Whoa, careful there.
Sorry. 8 months in Tampa, what can you say?
8 months in Tampa, what can you say?
Relocated from California.
From California, whereabouts in California?
Los Angeles.
Oh, well, aren't you lucky?
Well, not really.
Why, come on, California, give me a break.
Well, I'm a Florida boy, though.
And you're complaining?
No, I'm California.
I'm very confused.
Huh?
I'm very confused.
What's that?
You're complaining about being in Tampa, but you're a Florida boy.
Well, after coming from L.A. and not being able to breathe and not be able to get anywhere in traffic, it's not too bad. But I tell you, what a culture shock.
I mean, come on, it could be worse than being in Tampa. I mean, you could be in Apalachicola.
Bartow.
Or Bartow, that's right.
Yeah, that's another contest you could have.
Which one's that?
2 nights, in Bartow. All expenses paid.
Well, unfortunately, most of the people who listen to the show are from Bartow.
What can I tell you?
Not much. I'm the one that just told you.
Can I share a funny moment with you about Neil Rogers?
Can you share a funny moment? Well, you could try.
Okay. Neil Rogers on his way Saturday morning to do a remote in Pembroke Pines, which is a suburb or...
Right, in the Everglades.
Yeah, somewhere out there. And he's doing a remote for a new bagel shop that's opening up. And one of his listeners, he stops in to get bagels.
Mm-hmm.
He goes out and flashes his tires to people with a remote.
Oh, that was a couple of years ago. That's an old story.
Do you remember that?
Well, that's when Neil was still talking to me. He called me at home to tell me about that on a Saturday afternoon. I remember it well, about 2 years ago.
Talk about somebody beside himself. And with Neil's side, it's easy, but, you know. Excuse me.
No, that's okay. I mean, hey, you want to take cheap shots at Neil on my show? Anybody that wants to take cheap shots at Neil on my show, call in immediately.
No, even now, Neil is still stealing your lines.
No, which ones? Are you serious? He's clearing his throat now?
Yeah.
Unbelievable. How about, what about, whoa!
We're talking
Started stealing that yet?
We're talking sacrilegious here.
Unbelievable.
Well, sir,
unbelievable.
It was a pleasure talking to you.
If you could send that to me, I'd really appreciate it.
You bet.
Okay, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Holy moly, if it isn't Gary McHenry.
Whoa!
Wait
you
a second.
remembered me.
No, Janice is putting her finger in her mouth now, making faces. Oh, come on, he's not that bad, Janice.
Hey, Janice and I went to the same elementary school in Philly.
It didn't work for the last guy. It ain't going to work for you.
Okay. Well, I figured I'd try it, but...
Our very own bronze Adonis, a man who has a nose like a washboard.
Belly like a washboard.
Gary McHenry, the heartthrob of Tampa Bay with a WFLA airborne weather report.
And covered with chicken fat. Hey!
For real. Michael, where do you want me to go next?
Let's go to Largo.
Hi there, Larg. You're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Hi there.
Hi.
I just wanted you and Janice to know that there is somebody listening. We're not all just ignoring you. There is somebody listening.
Well, we do have her out of the bathroom now. She's only sobbing occasionally.
Oh, okay.
And just dabbing at her eyes. She's almost okay.
Well, just hand her another Kleenex because somebody is listening, and I'm not gonna give you the kiss of death and say that you're good because 9 times out of 10 you make me so mad I can't stand it anymore.
Well, what have I possibly done this afternoon to anger you?
Oh, today? No, today you've been very well behaved.
Oh, this is the 10th day.
I'm sorry?
This is the 10th day? We said 9 times out of 10.
No, today you're very well behaved. No, usually some of the comments and the insults and so on, you make me so mad I turn it off. I'm sorry, but something about it just, I keep turning it back on. It's like some horrible circle or something, but no, I wasn't going to give you the end.
Horrible circle, I like that. That's a good way to describe the show, a horrible circle.
Vicious circle, that's what I was trying to think of.
Vicious horrible circle.
Well, what can I say? But hey, I'm even a first-time caller. And I'm supposed to be out on working, and I'm stopped at a payphone just to talk to you.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
But I just wanted both of you to know that you're not being ignored today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, what's next, Michael?
Let's go to Tampa.
Hi, Tampa. You're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Hi, Bob.
Hi.
Just one question for you.
Wait a second. One of them's over there doing calisthenics now. Unreal. No respect whatsoever for the magnificent Lassiter. What was that, Tampa?
I was just wondering, you live in the Palmacia area, and I live in South Tampa also.
Mm-hmm.
Are you ever bothered with them testing the jet engines at MacDill? What I mean by that is they take them out of the jets and put them on a standard block.
Crank those suckers up.
Crank them up so loud.
Strangely, it depends on the wind currents. There are times I get nothing from MacDill at all, and there are other times when it seems like I'm just inundated with noise.
You know what happened to me?
No,
well, I know.
I'm not the astrologer.
I'm just being... Okay. 2:30 one morning. They cranked one up and broke 2 of my windows in my house.
Well, you apparently live a little bit closer than I do.
Right. I called the base and talked to the captain, Diane Lawhorn, and she says there's nothing that can be done about it. I always thought that there was a curfew of 10 o'clock in this area for noise pollution.
Well, even if there was, it certainly wouldn't apply to them. They would play by different rules.
Doesn't that seem ridiculous?
It's federal land.
I know, but it just seems like here, I told her about my 2 windows, and she says, well, I'm sorry.
Probably broke her heart, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
And I just wondered if you had ever heard it.
Yeah, I hear it occasionally. I'd say about 1 out of every 3 days I get MacDill noise.
Do you?
Yeah. Nothing you can do about it.
One other thing that might interest you.
What's that?
Have you ever thought of doing a show from a business? I own a business here in Tampa.
I've had a lot of thoughts, and I try to keep them under control.
Bob, you're too much.
I try.
Thanks a lot.
Be good. Don Richards standing by at the WFLA News Desk. Donald. Well, Rico.
How you doing this afternoon, Bob?
Are you serious? Can you, Stereo is just completely out of control.
I tell you, it sounds like it. I've been listening to you all afternoon. Listen, I got a good joke for you. To maybe pick up the program a little bit.
I dropped the microphone and I'm about to drop it again.
All right, well, grab a hold of it good and firm.
Did you say pick up the show a little bit?
Yeah, you know, it's a good show. I enjoy it. I know the woman there.
If you were a bug, what kind of bug would you want to be?
Probably a cockroach, a smart one, though, that they could never step on.
Uh-huh.
But anyhow, this is a good one. It was Gary McHenry and Ted Webb.
Don't you call Lionel's show 5 and 6 times a day when he's doing joke shows?
Never. I would not stoop that low.
3-4 times a week?
No.
Okay.
No.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not dying for, conversation.
Okay. So there's Harry McHenry,
Harry McHenry, Al Gardner, and Ted Webb. They went up north to go fishing.
That's a trifecta, if ever I heard one.
Yeah, and they broke down.
Good morning,
right. They had to spend the night at the farmer's house.
Malfunction Junction.
And the farmer told them that one of them would have to sleep in the barn, so Al Gardner went out in the barn, and he stayed there for about 5 minutes and came back and said he can't sleep out there because it smelled. Cow and a pig were stinking real bad.
Yeah.
And Ted Webb said, well, I'll sleep out there. So he went on out there about 5 minutes.
Oh, Webb will sleep any place.
Oh, I know it. I know some of the girls he's been with. And he came back 5 minutes. He said, I can't sleep in that barn because the cow and the pig stink real bad. Well, Harry McHenry said, well, I'll sleep out there.
Oh.
About a half an hour went by, and there was a knock at the door, and they opened it up, and it was the cow and the pig.
No.
That was for McHenry, for him harassing you all the time. Beep.
Standing by with an airborne WFLA barn report, none other than old McDonald himself, Gary McHenry.
Hey, traffic right now, just as I predicted.
Clear, you're on the air at 970 WFLA. Hi.
Yeah, Mr. Lassiter.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, you used to live in Jersey, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now.
And New York. And
let me tell
Pennsylvania,
you.
Virginia.
No. You ever go to Maple Shade or go around Morristown, around that way?
Well, yes, sir. As a matter of fact, I had family in Maple Shade.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, there used to be so many bars in Maple Shade, and they'll go Morristown used to be a dry town. You go down, toward town to Camden, all around that way.
Well, I must admit I was somewhat younger when I was in that area, and I'm not sure that I had really noticed.
Yeah, because I know you. I know you're an old Philly fan, right?
Well, a middle-aged Philly fan.
Yeah. You remember when the old A's used to be in there?
Unfortunately, I was a very young child when the A's left town. The A's left town in 1954, as memory serves me.
Yeah.
And I would have been 8 years old when they left.
The only thing I want to know why people pick on Jersey, because Jersey is one of the beautiful states in the world.
Well, there are many areas of New Jersey that are not beautiful.
Well,
like about a third of the state, for sure.
Because a lot of people wake up, on Friday night, from Philadelphia, they go all the way down the shore, they go down to Tuckerton, they go to Wharton Track, they go down to Cape May, and they Garden State Parkway, and they go all around.
I don't really recall Tuckerton as one of the garden spots of the world.
Well, there's 7 bridges. They used to call it 7 bridges,
Uh-huh.
Where the old stink house used to be out there?
Yeah, well, there are a number of communities in New Jersey, like Gloucester and
I know
Newark,
Gloucester.
that again would not really qualify. Paulsboro, Maple Shade.
Well, you can go up to Bordentown. There's a lot of places around there,
Well, yes, you could go to Bordentown, but I can't really imagine why you would want to.
Well, you can go to Bordentown. You're next to Trenton. Then you have Fort Dix,
Well, unless you had business in Trenton, there really isn't a great deal of reason to go to Trenton.
Well, that's up to you. But I just want to say something. When people pick on Jersey is one of the prettiest states around,
When was the last time you heard anybody, really lambasting New Jersey?
Well, this is like the guy talking about Philadelphia. Philadelphia ain't bad either. And you ain't talking about inside the city.
But when was the last time you heard anybody really dumping on New Jersey?
But then nobody does. I know.
But you said people do.
Well, I heard them once in a while.
Once in a while.
Because, Jersey is one of the prettiest states out. That's all I got to say.
Well, New Jersey is one of the prettiest states.
You should be proud you're born. You should be proud you're born that state.
If you want to compare it with, like, Delaware. But,
I know Delaware, yeah.
If you wanted to compare it to Vermont or New Hampshire, I'm not sure that you would want to say it was one of the prettiest states.
Uh-huh. I'll see you later.
What if we could get a review on how Connecticut is?
It's a gorgeous state. Don't knock my home.
See, didn't you like that segue, Bob?
Don Richards standing by at the WFLA news desk. I'm going to ask Janice and George over here to kick my heart to get it going again while Don's reading the news.
Gee, thanks.
Full-grown adults sitting around in a semicircle, actually just sitting there looking at me. I can't begin to imagine why. Michael, what's the story?
440 slump, sir.
On an Fenortening day?
Mm-hmm. It's not that bad, but...
Well, okay, I'll punch out the numbers.
Hillsborough primarily.
Hillsborough, okay. 990-9352 in Hillsborough, 990-WFLA. Remember, if you call in on the Hillsborough lines, we will give you a new Cadillac. Which, of course, is not true. But that's okay because half of them are running their phones now anyway. And we'll just have to play the tape back for them when they show up tomorrow. 990-9352 in Hillsborough. No free Cadillacs whatsoever. Where to, Mike?
It lit the lines up, by the way.
I'm not the least bit surprised. The greedy people that listen to this show, these are the same turkeys that go out and buy lotto tickets.
Oh, boy, something for nothing. Oh, boy.
Let's go to Tampa.
Hi, Tampa. You're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Hello, Bob.
Hello, Tampa.
Apologize for interrupting. I'm breaking your afternoon.
Well, that's, hey.
Can you accept any dumb on-the-road suggestions?
Sure.
How about an on-the-road suggestion and an in-the-station? One, going to, city council meetings that are open to the public. Yeah?
Going to city council meetings? Which city did you have in mind?
Tampa, Clearwater, St. Pete. I don't care.
Okay. And you had another suggestion, too?
Yeah.
Oh, great. What was that one? Hanging around the morgue?
Brilliant. No, just as brilliant.
Uh-huh.
Remember you had a word, you went 1 week, where you picked a word for the day?
Right.
Well, what about picking a word and not telling the audience what it is and let the audience guess what the word is and see how long it takes to figure it out?
Well, I thought that's what we were doing last week, in essence. Or at least that's the way it seemed to be working.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm slow.
Well, no, I'm not blaming it on you particularly.
Well, that's about it, I guess, Bob.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay.
Okay.
Bob, did you know who he was?
No.
Well, he told me he was on a Pinellas line.
Yeah.
And said he was in Tampa. And
that's Shorty.
He said he didn't want to. Well, no, it couldn't be.
No.
Because he said too many people knew who he was, and that's why he had to give a fake city. I just thought maybe you knew.
Too many people knew who he was, so we had to give a fake city.
That's right.
How, we've tried working with names, and of course that was now the ones are think that people know who they are because they're fake. Let's work with ID numbers maybe in the future. 15, 23, and 19, you're on the air at 9. What do you think?
Let's go to Indian Rock.
Indian Rocks, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Let's try Tampa then.
Okay, Tampa, you're on there at 970 WFLA.
Bob, I'm hurt. I was on your Hillsborough line and you skipped over me.
Oh, it's not me, it's Sirio.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm sitting here helpless, surrounded by 5 people just staring at me in Janice's living room.
Oh, okay. Well, say hi to Janice for me.
Hello, Janice.
Okay. No delay.
None of us here in Janice's living room are in the least bit amused because we have been informed, of course, by my technical director, Michael Sirio, that there are no calls on the Fenortener. This is an open Fenorten show. You may Fenort about virtually anything that you would like to Fenort about. And this, of course, has Janice very, very despondent. This is her big afternoon. This is her living room. She rode away months and months ago, took the pictures. By the way, where's the Christmas tree? I don't see the... I can't believe how many people leave their Christmas trees up in this market all year long. And in any event, we are not in the least bit amused by this. We knew how to deal with it in the first hour. We know how to deal with it in the third hour. I'm not even going to bother with the telephone numbers. Look them up yourself. Okay, Janice, last we chatted, we were up to about the 5th grade, I believe. So let's, who was your 6th grade teacher?
My 6th grade teacher was Miss Ronahan.
Miss Ronahan. What were some of the things that Miss Ronahan taught you in the class in the 6th grade?
Miss Ronahan was into music, so we sang a lot.
You sang a lot. What were some of the songs that you sang?
I don't remember.
Maybe things like Row, Row, Row Your Boat?
No, she was into Irish songs.
Irish songs, perhaps When Irish Eyes Are Smiling.
So, I think that was one of them.
Why don't you sing a chorus or two?
I can do a Munchkin.
Oh, she does wonderful with the Munchkins.
Munchkins, you mean music from, Follow the... well, why don't you sing a little bit of it?
Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. That's all.
Unbelievable. Any other songs from the Wizard of Oz that...
Bob, I think she better kick on the whole soundtrack. It's not working.
It's not working.
How about the Hi Ho, the Wicked Witch is Dead? Can she do that?
Yes. Michael wants to know if you can do the Wicked Witch is Dead.
Ding dong, the witch is dead. No, that's not the song.
It sounded very similar to me. That's the ding dong, the witch is dead. Witch, old witch, the wicked witch. Ding dong, the witch is dead. How about 7th grade?
Oh, then I went to Wilson Junior High.
Wilson Junior High. And who were some of your teachers in the 7th grade?
I had a lot, because we changed classes, you know.
Any that come to mind?
Nope.
Mm-hmm. And in the 8th grade?
Same school. Can't remember.
Very, very memorable teaching staff. In the 9th grade?
Blank.
Who was the principal at Wilson Junior High?
Blank. It's a long time ago.
The assistant principal?
No idea.
The names of some of the kids that you went to Wilson Junior High with?
Can we go to high school?
How about in the 10th grade? Who were some of your favorite teachers in the 10th grade?
Can I make up some names?
I don't know. Mike, is it...
I think she better grab the phone book and start making up names. It ain't working.
I don't quite understand. Did you slap the side of the phone to make sure it's working?
Well, we can test the lines if you'd like.
Was Wilson there?
No, he's not here. That one works. That one works. That one works.
Yeah.
They all work, Bob.
Okay, well...
Get rid of them. We'll wait. Hey, we're patient. We only have... You only have 4 minutes till McHenry butts in again.
I'm just going to sit here and eat cookies until they call in. Hell with them. These are good cookies, by the way.
By the way, does she have a nice soft carpet in front of you there?
Yeah.
Maybe you could get down on your knees and...
No way!
And,
No way, to hell with them.
You know what...
This table is filled with cookies, man. We've got
go ahead and eat your
chocolate chip cookies. We've got chewy Chips Ahoy. We've got famous chocolate chip cookies. And E.L. fudge, whatever. Why would anybody bring me fudge cookies? I don't understand, And the deviled eggs. The hell with them. I don't need them. Iced tea's very good, too, by the way. You really can't remember the names of any of your high school teachers?
Another imitation?
I can.
Another imitation?
No, it's not working. No, well, why should we entertain them? The hell with them.
Well, we managed 2.
2 from eating a cookie.
Mm-hmm.
God, I wonder where I could go with a deviled egg.
Indigestion?
Michael.
Oh, I'm sorry, Janice. I'm sorry, Janice.
You don't remember what I said happened when we ate eggs yesterday, do you?
Yes, I do.
She put out the deviled eggs anyway, huh?
Look at Dan.
Yeah, well, okay, where do you want me to go, Mike?
Okay, let's go to Temple Terrace.
Hi, Temple Terrace. You're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Hey, Bob, check this out.
Twist your arm. Yeah?
What is this?
I don't know. You tell these buffoons time and time again, you've got this silly little microphone in your telephone. It doesn't pick up anything worthwhile. But do they catch on? No, they never catch on. Unreal.
Let's try Tampa.
Okay, why should we think they're swift enough to catch on? Because these people are so swift as to actually think that was amusing or something. Hi, Tampa. You're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Oops, that one hung up, too.
Oh, okay.
Well, we're back to ground zero. That was it, man.
Oh, hey, if they don't want to Fenort, they don't want to Fenort. What
you
can
got
I
a
do
minute and a
about
half until the traffic window opens up.
Minute and a half until McHenry, huh? Unbelievable. Just unbelievable. I'm going to have another cookie. It was good for 2 calls last time. Nice and crunchy. Like them in Florida?
I love it.
You love it? I hate it.
I love it.
Trying to do a talk show in this town, it is miserable. Great, now I'm going to start taking pictures.
Right.
Do I have to pay royalties in these pictures? We got that guy Rich who wanted your phone number.
Bob?
Yeah.
We do have two, if you want to. But we're also 30 seconds away from traffic.
Let's make them wait.
Okay.
Okay.
They've put you through hell for the
Yes,
last
they have.
20
I mean,
minutes.
I work my tongue to the bone for them.
What does that mean? I've meant to ask you, what does that mean?
What do you mean,
work
what does
my
it mean?
tongue to the bone?
Well, it's clever. It's clever and cute.
Okay. If we were in delay,
I'd
I'd dump it.
I beg your pardon. Where does it say you're editor?
I'm sorry.
You ought to be. You're in deep trouble when I get back to the station. I mean,
I'm going to be gone by the time you get here, bud.
If you last that long. Is it time for,
Yeah, it's time.
Thank God. Oh, I've never been so glad to hear that music in my entire life. Gary McHenry.
Oh, sure. When you need somebody to fill, when you need somebody to come into your Savior show, then you're happy to hear from me. When you got calls on the Fenortening, no, you make fun of me.
Oh, Gary, I mean, hey.
What kind of cookies? What kind of cookies, Bob?
It was just chocolate chip cookies, all different kinds of chocolate chip
The
cookies.
homemade chocolate chip cookies or store-bought bagged chocolate chip cookies?
Well, all different kinds.
Do they have any coconut macaroons there, Bob?
No coconut macaroons.
Oh. Do they have any of those little apple raisin cookies with the little apple stuff in the middle?
No.
I like those.
No.
Huh.
Well, what good would it do you anyway? You're up in the plane, aren't you?
Do they have any fig Newtons?
Are you in the plane, or are you calling in from the bar again?
Well, I could probably get there by before the end of your broadcast. Like if we land early.
You mean if you leave before happy hour's over?
Well, I really don't have a lot of traffic here, Bob. Hey,
get out of the phone. The music just ran out.
Well, it's not my fault. I'm trying to fill in for Bob. Himes in Hillsborough, northbound minor accident.
I haven't introduced you yet.
Oh, for God's sake.
Gary McHenry, the well-known Gary McHenry, the well-known airborne Gary McHenry with a well-known airborne Gary McHenry WFLA traffic report. Gary, of course, built like a bronze Adonis.
You're going to make me late for my FM report, Bob. Himes in Hillsborough.
Smoking, you see, it was easy for me to quit. It just wasn't very easy for me to stay off of cigarettes, and he helped me identify what the problem was, because that's what Quit for Life is all about. It's the same sensible approach to smoking, and it's the same sensible approach to stopping smoking. There's a reason why you smoke. There's something that will keep you from smoking. Quit for Life, 2 one-hour sessions, a week apart, a total cost of $39.50. What's the phone number? 787-5530. 787-5530. If you are finally ready to once and for all do away with it, dial that number, 787-5530. 2 one-hour sessions, total cost $39.50. And by the way, one of the best ways to do it is to get together with a group of friends or coworkers. And Dr. Sybil will actually come out to your place of business or wherever it may be and conduct the courses right there for you and yours so that you can all act as supports for one another. 787-5530. Michael, the story on the tellies.
Looking better with a long rest of the story. We should make it to the top.
Okay.
How's that?
All right, where do you want me to go?
Let's go to Town and Country.
Hi, Town and Country. Welcome to Janice's living room.
Hi, Bob.
Hi.
Hey, I hear you talk about Neil Rogers a lot, and I'm going down to Miami this weekend. Going to be down there a couple of days.
Uh-huh.
I was wondering by any chance if you'd know what station he's on so I could tune in.
Sure, WIUD, but I don't think he works on weekends.
Well, I'm going to be there Monday also.
Uh-huh. Well, it's WIUD, and I'm not sure of their call letters. It's somewhere in the 700s, I think.
Okay, thank you. Also, could you tell me about when he's on, or have any idea?
10 to 2.
10 to 2.
Last I heard, yeah.
I really appreciate that. I'll listen to him, and if he's stolen any of your Mad Dog trademarks, I'll get back to you with it.
Oh, he's stolen everything I've ever done.
Okay, did you happen to see the latest Time magazine?
I haven't really read it yet.
Oh, okay. I heard Tom Snyder mention it. I haven't seen it either. I looked for the magazine today and couldn't find it.
Why? What did Snyder mention about it?
He said there's an article on Talk Radio, 2-page article.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll have to look at it. It's sitting right there on my kitchen counter. I'll look at it when I get home.
Okay. Nice talking to you.
Good talking to you.
Bye.
990-9352 in Hillsborough, 461-9352 in Pinellas. By any chance, would the world's second most popular newscaster, Don Richards, be standing by at the WFLA news desk?
He just stumbled into the news booth.
Oh, not again.
Yeah.
Oh.
5:29, Bob. It's the 5:30 news.
Well, I've got
I think you should hold out.
I want to hear the flop sweat.
Well, I have to sit here and look at my wristwatch, which doesn't have any numbers on it, and take my best guess as to what time it is.
Drip.
You see, because this station doesn't provide me with a clock.
Drip.
Gardner goes out. Gardner gets.
This is starting to remind me of
15 seconds, Bob. 15
He gets an engineer. 4 or 5 waitresses, the whole bit, so he can sit there and say, "Good morning," and now let's go back to the studio for more news. And I come out here and I'm totally exposed for 3 hours. I get AJ, who's sitting over there probably listening on his Walkman to Mason Dixon, because he keeps snapping his fingers, and he ain't snapping his fingers to the calls, I can tell you that much.
It's starting to remind me of that scene in broadcast news when the weekend anchor comes in and starts sweating profusely in the middle of the newscast.
Not necessarily. Northbound 275.
I find it almost impossible to watch network television. I don't know if I've just become a snob or if they've gotten worse or what it is.
Well, I think it's probably a little bit of both because they have gotten worse. But this is an excellent show, although it's very upsetting.
Why?
The movie, it's very upsetting to watch.
Why is it upsetting?
Pardon me?
Why is it upsetting to you?
To see people, you read about it, you know about it, but I can read things more easily than I can watch it.
Uh-huh.
If you understand what I mean. To see people, killed, even though it's a movie, it did actually happen.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes it a little bit more real.
Well, why do you watch it?
I guess because I read the book and I want to see how real it is, how much it follows the book.
Mm-hmm. Well, does it closely follow the book?
Very much so.
Well, since you already know that, why do you continue to watch it then? If it's upsetting you.
If I turn it off, which I have, I tend to find something to do in the bathroom or something like that. But if I turn it off, it's denying something. And
it's kind of like watching or actually listening to this show, right? A lot of people get slaughtered on this program.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, it is, Bob.
A lot of blood on the floor after the calls are over,
Yeah, are you, never mind, I'll talk to you later.
Oh, well, okay.
Bye-bye.
Guess somebody came to the door. 990-9352 in Hillsborough, 4619, or maybe she read the book, 461-9352 in the other place.
Another place. Come on, be proper about it.
How can you be proper about Pinellas County? Come on.
Let's go to Clearwater.
Clearwater. Hi, Clear. You're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Hey, Bob.
Hey, Clear.
Hey. I was glancing through the paper this morning like I always do, and I saw something that caught my eye.
Uh-huh.
They had a lottery for immigrants to come into America.
Yeah.
I had never heard of that before.
Program is, I think, about a year old.
Yeah? I thought people were coming to America every day.
They do.
Well, why would they have to have a lottery?
This is over and above the usual quotas.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I know, I was reading an article that said people could come into America if they had relatives here, or if they had an unusual line of work, I guess, or something. I don't know.
Yeah, there are all different kinds of criteria.
Oh, but I thought that was pretty strange to have a lottery to come to America.
What problem do you have with it?
No problem. It's just to have a lottery. I don't know. They want to make a lottery out of everything, I guess.
Well, no, the situation is that there are so many requests for people to come. There are quotas. And in the countries where the quotas are hopelessly exceeded, the waiting list is years long. It's an idea to try to relieve some of the pressure.
Oh, I guess that's all right.
Well, it could be worse.
Yeah. On the lighter side, did you see my buddy Ric Flair got his belt back?
No.
Yes, he did.
Really?
I love it.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. That guy is washed up.
Oh, come on, Bob.
I mean, he couldn't even beat somebody like, the ultimate fag. The Dingo Warrior.
No, he beat out Mr. Family Man, the Dragon.
Well, of course. I mean, anybody could beat Ricky the Steamboat Dragon. But Flair, I mean, he couldn't take on the really top-notch people. The people like Iron Mike Sharp, the Conquistadors. He couldn't take on any of those people.
Well, that's one thing. I guess the people in WWF, they all look a little bigger than the people in NWA. I don't know. It'd be kind of tough. All right, well, I'll let you get to the couple more callers, Bob.
Okay.
See you later.
All right. So bad it's down to wrestling. Oh, God.
I haven't gone to fleas yet.
That might play. That hasn't been tried for a long time.
You're right.
In
A
this
one-word
market.
monologue, fleas.
Fleas, you're right. Oh, let's do that tomorrow. What do I think about it? Too long, Mike.
Orange.
Orange.
Sure, why not?
Why orange?
Why not?
Where do you want me to go next?
Largo.
Largo. Hi, Largo. You're on the air at 970 WFLA. Hi, Largo. Hello, Largo. What happened?
Hold on a second here. Let's do with some magic here.
Oh, we're
now
doing a little magic. Okay.
Where is he? There he is.
Largo, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Are you there?
Okay. Yes, I'm here.
That's wonderful.
I'll be here for about another 10 minutes.
Wonderful. I can't tell you how impressed I am.
Okay. If you were a tree, what kind of tree would you be?
Oak.
Oak. Okay. That's a mighty good answer.
Have we gotten all this trivial garbage out of the way now?
I don't know. It all depends.
Oh, okay. Being that you've had and continue to have several shows on guns, I thought you might appreciate knowing that I was up in New York City last week, and Channel 4 NBC News up there had a special on guns and their effects in New York City. And as you know, New York City has some very strict gun control laws.
That's right.
One of the segments happened to be on where do all these illegal guns come from.
Mm-hmm.
And lo and behold, they come from Florida.
Well, a lot of them do, yeah.
Well, what was even more surprising, not really, I say that tongue-in-cheek, is that the leading center in Florida for illegal guns is Tampa.
I would have thought Orlando.
No, Tampa, believe it or not.
Oh, okay.
And they showed several pawn shops and gun shops in Florida where people are making buys and how easy it is to buy guns and take them up north and buy illegal weapons.
You do understand that the dream of people in Philadelphia and New York and Boston is to come to Florida, and they come here in droves, which is probably the main reason. It's the tourism situation. It's a
I didn't know that. I thought they came down here to buy guns and drugs.
Anything else?
No, I think that'll do.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
How should we grade that one?
I wonder if it, I think if we did drug testing on people who call talk radio shows, we could really put quite a dent. What do you think, Mike?
I think we had to test newsmen also. Hint, hint. Beep.
Newsmen.
See, that was my way of saying he's ready.
The waiting beep just sounded.
990-9352 in Hillsborough, 461-9352 in Pinellas. Don Richards, perhaps the third, fourth, possibly fifth most popular newsman. Isn't it fantastic?
Well, I had a good time.
It's kind of like Chinese food, Did I say something that's funny? Let me take a moment to tell you about Woodridge. Not you guys here in the living room, although you can listen if you'd like. Woodridge is a very select community of 90 home sites on majestically oaked land, about half a mile from County Line on Livingston. One of the things that you're going to notice when you first get to Woodridge is that it's another world. It's so quiet, nothing but trees and birds chirping. And everything is already laid out. Everything is all ready to go. The only thing that Woodridge needs is for you to select your dream home. Now, there are 3 models of Woodridge, that's for sure. But you don't have to select any of them. They're just there to kind of give you an idea as a place to start from, because you're going to sit down with the developer and literally put together, literally design your dream home to place on one of the gorgeous Woodridge lots. You need an extra bedroom? We'll work it in. How about a fireplace? No problem. Even if the fireplace doesn't totally, completely fit your budget, that can all be worked around at Woodridge. Your home, your dream come true. Let me give you the telephone number, the number for you to get in touch with Don. He'll sit down, start the whole process with you. 960-2707. 960-2707. Woodridge on Livingston Avenue, a half a mile north of County Line Road. Michael, what's the story?
Do you remember we were talking about doing having someone with a real deep voice say WFLA blast from the past?
No.
Trust me, we were.
We were?
Let's talk to Brandon.
Hello? Hello, Bob?
Hi there, Brandon. How you doing?
Fine. Listen, Bob,
Yeah.
you know, I heard someone today on the radio asking...
Brandon Brain Lady!
Asking for donations for the public schools.
Yeah.
I thought the lottery was supposed to take care of it.
No, it's supposed to take care of it. Are you okay, Brandon Brain Lady?
Yeah.
Oh, you got a little cold?
Cough. Excuse me. But what's happening to all that money that's going to the lottery?
Wait a second. How long have you had this cough?
It's a hay fever.
Hay fever?
It's this dry weather. It's killing me.
Oh, my goodness. Don't you have a sprinkler system or something?
No.
How about if you just took a hose? I'm serious. If you just took a hose and out and sprayed
But tell
things
me
down.
where the money from the lottery is going.
Into the general coffers, where it was always intended to go.
No, it was supposed to go for the school.
No. That was a fallacy. Everybody knew it was a fallacy. It went into the general coffers.
Well, I didn't know it.
Yeah, hopefully it would be used for the schools. Jeez, that's a terrible cough. How long have you been bothered with this cough now?
Ever since Christmas.
Ever since Christmas? Is that why you haven't been calling?
What?
Is that why you haven't been calling, the cough?
No, not necessarily. I listen to you all the time, but I just wondered what was happening to all this money that, that somebody has to get on the public radio and ask for donations for the school.
Have you seen a doctor for this cough?
Oh, yeah.
And can't give you anything for it?
Oh, yeah, I take antihistamines and that kind of stuff. But I know it. I have it every year.
But it still doesn't seem to be helping that much.
Well, it does when I sleep at night, But anyway, I'm interested to know what's happening to all the money from the lottery.
Well, who was saying that they should donate money to the schools?
It was on the news sometime this afternoon. And
On the news?
Yeah, on this station. And they were asking for the public to donate funds for the schools.
How much are you going to send in?
I'm not going to send anything in. I think it's ridiculous what's happening to all the money that we send in as it is.
Well, okay.
Okay, thank you.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
All right. Well, do something with that cough. Well, Janice, was it worth it?
It was lots of fun. I had a great time. Thanks for coming.
Okay. Well, we'll see the rest of you tomorrow at 3. Behave yourselves now, would you? Stereo, you got big problems when I get back to the station.
When news happens in Pinellas Park or anywhere in the Bay Area, hear it first on News Radio 970 WFLA. Our newsroom never closes.